Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And a number of spicy topics to dive into today. An update on the FormaL situation on the Halo front with the Sentinels team right now, even though still part of Optic technically. But also, Crimsix definitely doing his best to dice with death with the CDL to try and captain fines before the CDL even begins. Very much intrigued your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button, it's the best thing you can do to help this channel reach new people. And please do subscribe as well if you have not yet already. First of all, just wanted to start off with this because there was some crazy stuff going on last night in scrims. Firstly, I thought this was a pretty funny clip really from Arcitys, but I'm pretty sure the FaZe guys again are trying to play control right now. Now, I wonder if this is a benefit or, well, I don't know if this is a benefit to them, but the CDL have said in an article that control is going to be the third game mode. But of course, right now it's completely broken. Like, there's so many things wrong with it, the way the squad spawns work, the fact that like if you're trying to capture a point, it's glitched in terms that you can see on your screen it says like contested or whatever, so you don't really know what you're shooting at. It's there's a lot of issues with it. Now, is playing control even in its current form better than not playing it at all and getting some practice in on it? Maybe that's the case, right? You could argue that. There was definitely some talk at the start of Modern Warfare that there was going to be like a major overhaul, major update to all the spawns and everything in the game that was going to change it up, and therefore teams like Axe's Los Angeles Guerrillas basically just didn't play the game at all, thinking, okay, there's going to be a major update that comes in, then we'll start grinding and, we'll actually be able to catch up very quickly to where the other teams are. Of course, that never ended up arriving, right? But whether we actually play control in this state, that's another question. You'd imagine in the new year when some of the developers get back from holidays, they actually might be fixing some things, but well, no guarantees on that front, right? As RC says, control is the best game mode. I think they had some scrim against Paris here that were kind of joking about in the timeline with some absolute madness going on the map that they weren't particularly happy with. So, hopefully that's how we'll fix it going forward as well. This is another thing that we would like to see fixed, but I don't really know how much money I want to put on it. So this was, I guess I'll just bring these two images up on screen for you guys, just so we can compare them side by side. So this is a scrim set, of course, on Gavutu Hardpoint, and we've got the Paris team up against the Boston team, at least the rumored team at the present time. Still not technically confirmed. I think it will be here probably in the coming days. But as you can see, in the bottom left-hand corner here, we've got the mini-map. A couple of guys on the red team have died. They're, well, you'd imagine they're going to spawn out somewhere, right? So there's some control here really on the left-hand side of the map. You're kind of thinking, okay, where are these guys going to spawn? Maybe all the way in the back here, but you're thinking, okay, number 3 probably will block that one. So maybe the players on the red team are going to spawn out on the field somewhere here. And it could be an opportunity for Paris to break into this hardpoint. That is not what happens at all. Look at this. Just a couple of seconds later, Nero's still alive on the hardpoint. All the guys spawn on top effectively. I think there was 2 guys left maybe, and they all spawn up top, pretty much on top of the hardpoint. It's like, what is this? How does that even happen? Like, the poor Paris guys, so they get, okay, these guys might have spawned out. It's time to break the hill, and all of a sudden they're just right back there in the hardpoint. Like, I couldn't believe that was actually the case. And well, as Sasha says, wait a second, am I seeing this right? Did you guys spawn in there? That is great. It was purely calculated on our part, though, says TJ. Like, yeah, very much intentional. I don't know how it's even possible to top Modern Warfare, but somehow they might have just done it. Cheers, says Sasha. And Octane goes on to say, yeah, look, they did it, right? There's no might have. They might have done it. They've officially top Modern Warfare for the worst spawn system of all time. So, congratulations to these guys. Having a good time on the game on a regular basis, as we are seeing a fair bit of as of late. This I also wanted to mention from FormaL, because there's a lot of talk right now as to where he's going to go after, you would imagine, World 2 suspension is up at the end of January, and then he gets to come back into that, well, into the Sentinels roster for the Anaheim event, and FormaL is looking for an opportunity elsewhere. He goes on to say right here, he's had a few team offers, but he doesn't want a hard commit. Eventually to me saying that he's got a load of offers from organizations that he thinks are somewhat below his caliber, or at least maybe they're not a top 4 team in the entire game, like Sentinels were this tournament. Of course, they came top 4 at the tournament, but from what I'm sure is looking for an opportunity, if anything, on a team of a similar caliber. I'm sure he wants to get an offer from like a FaZe or even like the Optic team in general. It would be kind of crazy, but I'm sure FormaL will end up somewhere. But I'll just share this clip for you guys as he kind of says, like, he's continuing to play with Sentinels for now, so there's nothing really else Sentinels can do in these online tournaments, just because they can't have Royal 2 playing for them so far. So therefore, FormaL's going to continue to play with them and hopefully get a better offer from some of the other organizations that he's had team offers from the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Royal 2 is still banned from competing into the 28. I still have to and I'm still technically on loan to Sentinels, so I still have to play with them. If I got a different team, I would play with them, but Sentinels, I'd rather just play with them. I've got a few team offers, but I think I want to commit to hard to commit.
So of course we know that FormaL and Crimsix had a fair bit of a back and forth during the entirety of the Black Ops Cold War season, and Crimsix has certainly been going pretty rogue as of late on the timeline. This of course we talked about just a couple of days ago, where Crim effectively said, yes, look, third game mode was meant to be Warzone here for the CDL, but you know, for whatever reason, effectively like it missed out by being one vote apparently. But anyway, the pros apparently didn't even get to vote on this, so kind of crazy stuff. And Crim's been going rogue. He's been tweeting some things out on the timeline. For example, this right a few days ago, want to know how bad Vanguard is? It's got Illy playing Halo, right? So things like this, a lot of the pros will either like retweet stuff, or they'll reply to things in kind of a cryptic way, or they'll say something in a sarcastic fashion. Therefore, the CDL can't find them. It seems at least that to me. Crimsix doesn't really seem to care all that much. And to be fair, we looked earlier today. Zeb was of course leaving the CDL in general, kind of saying that there's not really much internal resources or attention directed towards this. So maybe like the fine guy or whoever's just on holiday or something, and therefore you can get away with tweeting over the holiday period. But still, Crimsix does do a tweet last night once again, as he likes to, and then he actually deletes this one. So this is what he tweeted out last night. Thanks to all those who pointed this out to me. How have I not got unfined yet? It is literal proof that Activision and the CDL department staffs Spinner Spence, and that is it. So I thought it was funny that he went on to delete this pretty much immediately after he tweeted this, right? So either he thought, okay, maybe I shouldn't tweet this. This is going to get me some sort of fine, or he just got a very quick DM from someone saying, look, Crim, calm down. We're trying not to find you, like, you know, we're good mates or whatever. Like, if he just Spinner Spence, right, of course, works for the league, but he's good friends with the pro players for a number of years. Like, he's probably going to try and do his best to say, like, calm it down, lads. Like, let's not go crazy here, or the departments are going to get on you, right? So Crimsix's definitely dicing with death a little bit, right? He's been doing some stuff the last couple of days that has, you know, Scump, of course, has caught a fair few fines previously. He even said maybe a month or so ago that he got a 1k fine during this season for something that he doesn't even know what it was. Like, apparently they would have given him a reason, but he doesn't reckon he even received a reason. That was kind of crazy one. And of course, previously to that, right, last off-season, when he got fined for doing this, like, Raid Shadow Legends sponsored stream. Of course, Scump this year and a lot of the other pros have been co-streaming the Halo event. Like, you don't think that would have been grounds for a similar thing, but maybe they've got away with it this time, and hopefully they have, right? Because I don't really understand why that should ever be the case. But yeah, Crim kind of worried about the fines for deleting this tweet, I suppose. But it's interesting, right, that he goes on to say, yeah, maybe it's just Spinner Spence, right, over at the league that's running this entire thing. Like, where are the rest of the staff, right, who's actually working on this league? Doesn't seem to be anyone. Zeb is out of there, of course, for the challenger side. No one else really is public facing at all. So who actually works on this thing, right? It's kind of tough to say. But anyways, he goes on to say, this is kind of the tweet that we saw from Spinner Spence a couple of days ago. Unfortunately, this is not a true statement. He, of course, works kind of league ops, right, for MLG player relations right now for the Call of Duty League. And I actually didn't see this tweet the other day from Spence, but he goes on to kind of explain in a little bit more detail. It was not voted on to be the third mode. We plan to be more consistent year over year with modes. So I guess their idea is to have control year after year right here. But of course, it might not be playable this season. And also, well, he says, like, it was never voted on to be the third mode Warzone. Now, that doesn't necessarily deny that, well, it was maybe considered, right? Some people would say, okay, well, maybe it was considered to be the third mode by some of these guys. It might not have been officially voted on, but, you know, maybe someone just said, yeah, we're doing it. And then the other people are like, okay, we're not doing it. And there wasn't an official vote. I don't know. But, yeah, Crimsix is doing his best to try and avoid fines, but at the same time, he's definitely trying to rile up the CDL to some degree, right? Every single day, there's some sort of shot being taken at the state of the league, and you can understand it, right? It really takes some of these big guys, Hex, and some of the other personalities to speak about this stuff that might get some things changed. But at the same time, it doesn't look all that likely that is going to happen at the present time. Of course, we shall see. This also I wanted to mention from Doug Sent to Martin because, well, he got dropped yesterday off his roster. There's been a lot of talk about why that was exactly the case. Was he not the greatest teammate? Because a few clips were coming out from maybe a couple of weeks ago where he'd like a rage quit a scrim set effectively, and you know, Jimbo was dropping some big numbers, all this type of stuff that maybe would indicate why Doug did get dropped in the end from his roster. But as he says, I'm really looking forward to spawning him with a new team today. I feel like it's 2014 all over again, so it seems like he might have a new roster lined up. Not sure exactly what that is as of yet. Thank you, Zinx, for reminding me of who I am through teaming the past 2 months. I needed that one, as he does indeed say. And this I thought was also kind of funny, really, because Nadeshot tweeted this out. Tell me why 100 Thieves should sign you in 2022 in the comment section below. And of course, that Doug Sent to Martin is right there. One of the biggest tourney on COD Vanguard with my ex-teammate's wife. I mean, he won the tourney with Holly, right? So I guess did he team with Karma at some point? Maybe he did. And I can bench press every current Public 100 T player with one arm. Like, you know, I guess we'll see about that one. I'd like to see that one get put to the test, to be honest. It would be kind of cool to see and entertaining stuff, no doubt. This also from Doug I thought was kind of interesting, though. All I want for Christmas is to be 18 again, so a COD League team takes a chance on me. This was a few days ago, but this is just a general perception really right now within the scene, and from some of the challengers guys especially, the likes of Saints, for example. Like, if Saints changed his gamer tag and, you know, said he was 18 again, like, a lot of people said he'd get picked up immediately. I think it might be a similar thing in a way with Censor. I think that looking at the way he plays, if he didn't have the gamer tag Censor, Censor there, like some people would say, yeah, okay, this guy plays the game kind of nicely, he's got a good shot, like, yeah, maybe we can work this guy into something if he was 18 and kind of a no-name amateur player, but because he's Censor, people, of course, well, have perceptions of that already, of what he's achieved and what he's going to achieve in the future, and where he is in his career, and, he's past his best, this type of stuff, that people might, well, avoid as a result. So it is kind of always an interesting discussion to be had, and just to finish off with this other was kind of funny, this image always kind of blows my mind that it's actually a real image here, but well, new profile pic says Enable, and this I thought was kind of funny, really, because of course Enable, it seems, is trying to make some sort of comeback into Halo, and as he says, I retired to show you I'll go back to a different game, win a chip, then come back to COD and win another chip before you do. Miss you a little bit though, so yeah, maybe Octane going to try and stop that one from happening, but the trash talk between these two has always been pretty entertaining, but very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button and told the YouTube gods this is a good video, and it's like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thanks for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.
87 people in here, maybe there's someone in here who can relate. It's so weird to be somebody who, like, set goals for yourself and you accomplish everything you set out. I wanted to win championships in COD. Did that. Never lost, ever. Ever. I never got second. No matter who I played the best players in the world. Never got second. Never lost to Seth, never lost to Crim, never lost to FormaL, never lost to Saints, never lost to Stainville, never lost to Aches, never lost to TP, never lost to Zuma, never lost to Attach, never lost to Crowder, never lost to Study, he was on that team. Then I wanted to build a YouTube channel. That was too easy. The YouTube was the easiest thing I've done. Building a YouTube channel was super easy. That did not feel that difficult to do. The hardest thing in my life is trying to get back in the league. And, like, I'm trying to find a challenge, guys. Like, that's why I like playing and competing, because it's such a challenge. It's not easy. It's hard. Like, I feel like I'm better than everyone. I play them and I just know I'm better. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy as to beat these guys and, like, fry them and all that.